Hi everyone, David Rollin here. This video is a request, something that's been asked quite a few times, and I'm going to take the time to actually show you what I use in my day-to-day activity here as a musician. I have a lot of gear in this room, more than I need, but that's because I've done a lot of video reviews. Sometimes some companies send me gear, I get to keep it, and that's why some of the gear that you see here doesn't really have much use as of now, but I still keep it because, well, I might need it someday. I start with the guitar. My main guitar, that's the one that you've seen in most of my videos, is that one right here. That's an Ibanez Premium. It's an RG 920. I got this a few years back. At the time I was playing a lot of Telecaster, which I still have here. But ever since trying this, it just became very, very comfortable, and I use that all the time. So starts with my Ibanez guitar. The cable that I use is an INTEX cable. INTEX is a company that does really high quality, premium, super well constructed cables. And at the time, Jean-Marc, owner of the company, sent me his cable to review on the channel. You can still see the review somewhere on my channel. And I reviewed it, you know, it was a nice cable. I've used it ever since. That's the cable that has lasted for all these years. I really love that cable. It doesn't change the tone, or maybe some people would think it does, but I can't hear it. But man, do these cables last. Yes, they're more expensive, but they're well worth the price. I mean, I've had this for probably 7 years, and it works awesome. Never had a problem with it. Then I'm going into my Fractal Audio Axe-Fx 2 XL. I've had multiple models with Axe-Fx. I switched to Axe-Fx a while back too. Prior to that, I used an 11 rack. You can see that in some videos. It was cool, but I got the 11 rack because I couldn't afford the Axe-Fx, and so I bought the original Axe-Fx, and then I got my endorsement with Fractal Audio. I don't get the gear for free, but I get a discount, an artist discount, which allows me basically to upgrade to the new model when they come out at a fair price, and then I resell the previous generation. But that's why. So I've got that. I run into that. My Axe-Fx 2 goes into my sound card. I use a Focusrite Scarlett 6i6, 6 inputs. I think a lot of players could do with 4 inputs, or maybe even 2, but I like 6 because it allows me to run I actually run my Axe-Fx into the sound card instead of USB. So that's 2 inputs. Then I have additional inputs for my microphone if I need to, like when I do some live stuff while my mic is hooked up to the Scarlett. The Scarlett is plugged into my computer, and I use a Mac. PCs are awesome. I use a Mac. This is an iMac 27-inch, so it's a big screen, and it's a late 2012 model. And then my sound card is going into monitors, and I'm using Atom A7Xs right now. MIDI keyboard is very important. I use that all the time too. So this is an Alesis QX49. It's touch sensitive. It's got the pads. I thought I would use them for tracking drums. I never use the pad triggers there, never do. It's got some control options like play, forward, and when I got it, I thought I'd use it, but I never do. But the most important thing is the pitch and the modulation on a keyboard. That's super important, I think. The keys are plastic, but they're not weighted, but I don't need that. I'm not a keyboard player. I don't come from a piano background. I think it's great, and what I really like is that it's pretty thin. Sustain pedal, super important for the keyboard. It allows me to play a chord and make it last forever. I'm actually going to make a full video on this because this has been the best way for me to practice guitar. And I started using that 2 years ago. It's so simple, yet it's so perfect for someone in my situation who works in home, and I really, really love it. I will show you what's in my closet. Lots of stuff, bits and pieces, music stuff, but also some cables and computer stuff. It's kind of a mess right now, but a lot of those are leftovers from reviews that I've done, and sometimes I just go in there and pick stuff and give it away on my channel, or sometimes I might exchange it for something else, or sometimes I might hold on to it. Most of those I'm holding on to them because I like those pieces of equipment, but I don't have a need for it now, but I will at some point. Software, you know, like you need a digital audio workstation. I'm using Logic Pro 10, but that's only for Mac. There are many options, and I don't think one is better than the other. I struggled with that for a long time. Should I do Pro Tools? Should I not? Some people are going to say yes. Some people are going to say no. In the end, they're all pretty much, I mean, you can create some awesome music, professional music, and nobody would know that, oh, that was done in GarageBand or that was done in Pro Tools. No, it's how do you use it. That's really the important thing. So software, you need a good recorder, multi-track recorder, and then some instrument, and then you upgrade as you go. My favorite software plugins, some of them are right here. Spectrasonics collection. So there's Trillion for bass, although that's kind of being replaced by Modo Bass. IK Multimedia, which does a great job, great sounding basses. Omnisphere is for all the pads, the synthesizers, and more. It's awesome. Omnisphere is the first one that I would recommend you get. And then Stylus, which is loops and really cool stuff. Now, I don't want this video to sound like, hey guys, check everything I have. Got a lot of money. I can afford all this. I am it. No, no, no. My first videos on YouTube, they were done in a tiny room. This is not a big room, but that was a tiny room. That was a laundry room, actually. Converted into an office space. I could just put a desk on there. And no window. And I had one guitar. It was with Parker at the time. Yeah, two. I don't know. I can't remember. I was on PC, which is fine. No, nothing against it. But I had very, very little things. And then gradually I started doing reviews, getting some gear. And then I reinvested what I made a lot because I wasn't making enough to pay the bills. At the time, I was really lucky that my wife had the job for a long time. She carried the income. And I reinvested. I just used it as a reinvestment. I can't believe it. I made $500 this month. Incredible. I reinvested pretty much $400 of that, buying some gear to give away in a new video and just kind of build up like that. Anyways, I'm going to list below some links where I think you can find some decent gear for, I'll look on Amazon and see if I can find some recommendations. And thank you for watching this. I'll see you next time. Until then, watch more videos. I got a lot more. And subscribe if you haven't already, because I want you to be the first to know when the next video is so you can watch it. I'll see you next time. Practice well.